Big Mike Raider, turn it up. Let's go. Raider Nation. Let's go. Should've passed strap, tape on my hands, silver and black. That's the battle plan. From the desert sun to the primetime glow. We don't break. We been that goal line slow. Right. Big Mike talking that pre-game fire. Every play cut up like wild. Rubber huddle to the crowd so loud we can storm rolling over your brow. Home crowd. It's Big Mike Raider, turn that sound all the way up. Make sure to like the thumb, hit the sub, show love. Share with your folks when we running these posts. Raider Nation in the building, we the roadies. Silver and black in the trenches, we fighting for titles. Every yard, every hit, every snap is survival. Big Mike Raider, yeah, we back on attack. Raider Nation, stand up for the silver and black. Fourth and short and we live in that smoke. Goal line dig deep when the playbook choke. D-line eat when the pocket collapse. We don't talk too much, we just leave our stats. From the tailgate flames to the final horn, every rookie get raised like a Raider born. Pick that clip, let the replay run. Whole world watch when the job get done. It's Big Mike Raider, turn that sound all the way up. Make sure to like the thumb, hit the sub, show love. Share with your folks when we running these posts. Raider Nation in the building, we the roadies. Silver and black in the trenches, we fighting for titles. Every yard, every hit, every snap is survival. Big Mike Raider, yeah, we back on attack. Raider Nation, stand up for the silver and black.
Ha 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 ha! What's going on, y'all? It is late. I'm tired, but it's all right, man. We got some things to talk about. You guys already know what happened. Maxx Crosby traded to the Baltimore Ravens. I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth. 2 first-round picks, 26, 27. We now have the number 14 overall pick as well as the number 1 overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft. We will also have a first-round pick, 2 actually, in 2027. Maxx Crosby shipped to the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to talk about it. You're going to hear my reaction, then we're going to do a mock draft, and then we're going to get up out of here, man. But we got 40 in the building. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share it with your folks. Come on, man. Let's get it. Man, I can't believe what's going on. Maxx Crosby is gone. He is now a Baltimore Raven. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. You guys are definitely going to hear what I have to say about it. We got 49 in the building on this late night special, man. Thanks for popping in. Share it with your folks. Make sure we share it out there on X, Instagram, wherever it is. That's your social. Share it out with everybody, and let's get this thing moving, man. Shout out to everybody that's here. We got Demokes in the building. We got let me see. We got Demokes, man. He's definitely on. He said, but in all honesty, I'm glad we got it down because these Max reports are kind of getting annoying. Now we can enjoy a fresh start and a new era of Raiders. No more retreads unless we pick up Ingold. I hope we pick up Ingold. I like Ingold. But I'm not a fan about Maxx Crosby being gone. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Definitely put me in a bad mood tonight. But I'm here. And I'm going to tell you why I feel that way. But hey, shout out to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to Demokes. We got Fly Rye 805, Stewart 3188 in the building. Let me see. We got let me see who else. We got Anthony in the building. We got Mad Mike, Luis Calderon in the building. Let me see who else we got here. Edgar V in the building. Fudge 3578. Hopefully your mock Anthony says hopefully your mock draft is better than Wasted's. Man, come on. He puts a decent draft, man. Man, let's see who else is in the building. We got Edgar Sosa in the building. Jamar Evans in the building. Salute to everybody. Thanks for popping in. Let's talk about it. Maxx Crosby is out of the building. He is now a Baltimore Raven. We've been hearing words about it all for the last few weeks that, you know, this is imminent at this point. And we're finally here. He is now gone. The Raiders have $130 million in cap space, according to NFL rumors. I've heard different numbers here and there. It ranges, but we definitely have the most cap space in the NFL right now. We can definitely do damage as soon as the free agency period starts. It's going to be pretty good since we have absolutely nothing on the D-line now. But this is what everybody wanted, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, I'm looking over throughout X. We got Charles Woods, and he posted nothing but angry faces. He's not happy about it. A lot of people are making comments about it. A lot of people think that this is a good move for the Raiders. Diana Rossini says Maxx Crosby never made any of his trade requests public because of his relationship with the Raiders owner, Mark Davis, and the fan base. The way that the Las Vegas handled the end of Crosby's 2025 season soured his belief that Las Vegas was the right place for him. So, people are saying this is a good trade. Let me see. And then according to Spot Track, before I get into that, man, let me see. Shout out to Fudge3578 with the $2 haymaker. He said it was a win for both parties. It's not a bad trade. I just think that a guy like Maxx Crosby is irreplaceable, especially when we get draft picks that may or may not work, right? There's a statistic out there somewhere saying that first round picks are like a 40% chance that it works, 60% chance that it's a bust, right? I don't know. Don't quote me on that one, but it's more of a chance for these first round picks to become bust than not, right? We have a guy who's a sure shot. He's here, right? And I feel bad, to be honest with you. I feel bad for the number 14 pick overall. That person is going to have the biggest shoes to fill coming up, right? Whoever it may be, whether it's fair or not, right? Kind of reminds me of when we picked up Tyree Wilson, number 7 overall, but on a much larger scale, right? When we picked up Tyree Wilson, he was the guy that, we thought that we should have got Jalen Carter at the time, right? And we looked at what Tyree Wilson was doing, and we did a natural comparison between the two. Well, we see on the other side, we see a guy like Jalen Carter going completely off on the other side over in Philadelphia, and then we look at our guy Tyree Wilson, and he's not doing those numbers. He was dealing with injuries at first when he came out, and people gave him a hard time and was highly critical of him because of that. Can you imagine what the number 14 pick overall is going to get because of that spotlight of Maxx Crosby? You basically traded, it's going to be forever logged in that this pick was a product of a Maxx Crosby trade. So we're going to look at whatever position that number 14 pick is, they have some big shoes to fill. And I think that because of that, it's a lot of pressure on whoever is on that at that position because of us. Raider fans are going to be looking at that 14th overall pick, that player, and really putting a fine-tooth comb through that person and what they do on a weekly basis. And is it fair or not? I don't know, right? It probably isn't fair, but that's what's going to happen, right? So I'm just saying, for everybody who really is excited about having 2 first-round picks, one, it doesn't work a lot of the time, right? We are in we did this in 2018, guys, when we got rid of Khalil Mack, and yeah, John Gruden screwed up the whole draft. I get it, right? But it didn't work out, and now we're back to where we were just 8 years later. Like, at some point, we have to start looking at the organization and being like, what the hell are you doing? This is a perfect opportunity to look at the front office, look at the organization, look at Mark Davis, and be like, all right, bro, we already went through a rebuild in 2018. We already, went through this whole thing where we gave up a star player. We let Josh Jacobs walk. Josh Jacobs is killing it in Green Bay. We let who else, right? A name of who's who in the last 20 years that we let walk, and they went somewhere and did something else, right? Maxx Crosby is going to be added to this list where he's going to go elsewhere and he's going to do great things. Where we're looking at like, man, why couldn't he do great things here? Why can't we build a winning product here in this organization? We always got to ship somebody elsewhere, and then we turn around and say, oh, well, we're bigger. He's not bigger than the Shield, right? These players aren't bigger than the Shield. When are we going to start valuing the players that we do have in this building? When are we going to start doing right by the players that we have in this damn building and bringing in a winning team? So the players don't have to be like, hey, I don't want to be here no more. It's not on my timeline. You guys aren't winning, and I want to go somewhere where I want to win, right? That's the problem I have with this whole thing. I'm not saying that Maxx Crosby shouldn't have been traded. It's definitely obvious. It's on the board that he definitely should have been traded. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I do disagree with is the front office, the organization constantly putting us through this loop of, okay, well, we got to get rid of our star player because we're in a rebuild mode. Let's send him somewhere else so where he can win elsewhere, right? When are we going to start being that team that attracts people that other teams are having the problems that we're having, and they come over here to try to win, right? That's my problem with the whole thing, right? We're going to keep constantly going through this. Who's to say in 2 or 3 years we're going to have the same conversation about Brock Bowers? Who's to say that we're not going to have the same conversation about Ashton Genty when he's getting ready to leave? Oh, well, he's not bigger than a shield, right? Well, when are we going to start winning? When players aren't going to want to come here if we don't start winning. And Maxx Crosby, I can't blame him for wanting to go off somewhere else and look for somewhere else to win. Because, yeah, the Raiders took care of him, right? The Raiders paid for him and did all this other stuff. But guess what? He front-loaded his contract and took less money on the back end because there was a timeline, his expectations of where the money would be, more feasible for the team to build and bring in some guys in a certain timeline when they're going to start winning. And the Raiders screwed up the whole timeline last year by having inept coaches, inept position coaches, the defensive coordinators not seeing eye to eye with the coach. The offensive coordinator can't see eye to eye with the coach, right? The nepotism hires that we have in the building, right? The quarterback play that we have year after year after year after year that we can't get right, right? We can't get it right. We haven't got it right. Since Derek Carr, we haven't got it right. But we're supposed to look at Maxx Crosby and be like, no, you're supposed to stay loyal or screw you, right? Screw what you want to do with your career, right? And we're supposed to say, well, you're not bigger than the shield. Hey, I'm so sick and tired of hearing that because I want to win. I want players that conduce winning, and you can't do that with a bunch of scrubs on your team. You can't do it. You're not going to win. You're never going to win. So I'll say this, right? We're here. We're here, number 14 overall, number 1 overall. You need to get it done now because we just let another star walk again. We let him walk because we're not on a timeline for winning again. We do it year after year after year. We're not on a timeline to win, and players don't want to be here because of that. Star players don't want to be here. So guess what? This time around, they better get it right because I'm watching. I'm looking with a critical eye. In 3 or 4 years, we're looking at Ashton Genty, if he becomes a star. We're looking at Brock Bowers when he becomes a star. Whoever we draft, Fernando Mendoza, number 14 overall, whoever that's going to be. And we look at them in 3 or 4 years, and they want to go because we're not winning. We can't get the coach right. We can't get the ownership right? We already got problems with Alex Guerrero, right? We already got a problem with the Tom Brady. Does he want to be an owner? He's elsewhere running the whole operation, right? Pissing the players off because he has a goon in the office making decisions, being the eyes and ears. So guess what? In 4 years, if we have this same conversation, I don't want to hear the same type of excuses because at some point we got to start winning if we want to keep these stars on this team in Vegas. Because nobody wants to come to Vegas. Nobody wants to come to this shit show, right? We have a complete shit show right here. And I don't blame Maxx Crosby. There, I said it. I'm there. I said it. I'm just saying. You guys can agree with me or disagree with me. And hey, I'm gonna keep the show going. What do you guys think about what I just said, man? Let me see. Max was the only one mad. I like Guerrero. He lies, he cheats, he's still, that's my favorite. Ain't my favorite, bro. Anybody who is outside of his lane making decisions, he's not an owner. And Tom Brady's giving him the carte blanche to make those decisions. I don't like it. Because no functioning franchise does shit like that. Period. That's just what it is. I ain't mad at Max. Hey, I'm not either. I'm not either. Hey, good luck to Max, man. I hope you get that Lombardi. I'm going to tell you that right now. I hope you get it. You deserve it. I wish you could have been here as a Raider and we could have did it together. I believe that we could have done that together. We could have built with you here. I really believe we could have done that. Big White, no one comes to Raiders because we haven't had a fucking quarterback since Rich Gannon. Derek Carr wasn't shit. No fucking playoff wins. Hey, you can say what you want. Derek Carr was the best thing we've had in 5 years. I mean, look at the who's who at quarterback we've had for the last 3 or 4 years, right? That's the best thing we had. And we let him walk a little too early, to be honest with you. We would have had a better chance to win if we did have Derek Carr, I'll tell you that. We would have had a much better chance. A much better chance. Especially when we had Antonio Pierce in the building, right? That's I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm sick of it. I am tired of this shit, to be honest with you. Now Mendoza coming, everyone want to come. He's the future. And we'll see. We'll see, right? I mean, Fernando Mendoza, I think he's great. I think he has the work ethic. He has the drive. He's a media darling. He has all the recipe to be a star in this league, right? But the abilities out there that, in a stronger quarterback class, he is not a number one pick. A lot of people think that he should be a second or third round pick. We'll see. I think he could be good, but I'm not 100% confident in that, to be honest with you. Like, this isn't an Andrew Luck coming out of Stanford. This isn't a John Elway. This isn't a Joe Montana. This isn't a, name your quarterback who was an absolute star. This isn't a Peyton Manning, right? Let's just be honest. So hopefully it does work out. Hopefully it does, man. Hey, bro, we know we've been dysfunctional for like 20 years. I don't know why y'all mad. That's the getting pissed on your chick who knows cheats on you. Anger will only give your blur your vision. Now I get your analogy, right? But it's not the same thing. There's 32 teams in the NFL, right? And every team has a chance to be successful. But we've chose to be at the bottom of the basement or at best mediocre for the last 20 years because of shit decision after shit decision after shit decision. And you know what? It's getting tiring now, bro. It's getting tiring. I get what you're saying, but this is not like we have to be shit. We don't have to be like this. It's just every time we make a decision, it's the wrong decision. We sit here year after year, content creators like myself, like Wasted, Graph, name them, right? We do these mock drafts. We do these 30 for 30s. We do this covering free agency. We cover the trade deadline. And we talk about who should be here, right? What is the best move for the Raiders? What should the Raiders do? And what do they do? The absolute opposite of what we suggest. And what do those players do that we've suggested the Raiders should go? They go on and be stars elsewhere, right? It's like that all the time. And it's getting tiring, bro. It's tiring. Now we're watching another star leave again. We're watching it again. Leave and be great elsewhere when he was great here. All we had to do was make a couple of better decisions, and it wouldn't have to happen this way. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. It's best to have optimism, bro. I'm past optimism. I'm past it. Show me something. This is the year you got to show me something. I'm not going to do this year I'm not doing no win-loss prediction because Every time I do it, I get punched in the face with my prediction. Every year, I'm like, okay, I look at what we got, and I'm like, all right, we got 10 wins. I know we got 10 wins. You know, it makes sense that we have 10 wins year after year, at least. We should make the playoffs because this, and this, right? Ever since I started doing this, it made sense that we're going to be a competitive team. And since I've started doing this, we won like 6 games. Like, I've been doing this this is my 3rd season doing this. And we've only won 6 games. 7 games since I've done this. 7 games, bro. What are we supposed to be doing? When all of us suggest what the Raiders should be doing correctly. Maxx Crosby getting traded for draft picks that the Rams basically say, fuck these picks every year, and they get better and better on a yearly basis. We watch them go to the Super Bowl, playoffs, compete in January, right? I don't give a damn about first-round picks. What I do care about is you bring stars in here and you bring them here to work alongside the guys you already have. They could have done that with Maxx Crosby having $88 million. Now we have 120, whatever the number, 80 to 90 million. We could have done that. We could have done that. Hit free agency. Hit that hard, right? Do it right. Get the draft right? I'm not saying playoffs this year, but I'm saying 8 or 9 wins. We could have done it this year. But we just chased away another star, man. We chased away another star. I can't get behind that, bro. I can't. I just can't, man. The Raiders haven't built in a while, so Raider fans are frustrated. It's hard to be patient, but it looks they are finally building. The draft will tell us. Hey, we'll see, man. We will see. Thank you, Ravens. Raider Nation will take Woods at 14. I would like that. Caleb Woods, I think that's who you're talking about at 14. I would like that pick, man. I'm going to get off my soapbox and cool off, man. But, yeah, I'm not a fan of it, bro. I'm not a fan. And shout out to Funky Hair, man, member for 9 months. Big Mike in 2027 in the 4th. Snacks Crosby. Snacks Crosby in the 2027 NFL draft. I love it, man. Hey, much love to everybody, man. Yo, send me the link, fam. I'll pop in for a bit. All right, yeah. Shoot, Andy popping in. Yeah, bet. Hey, give me a second, bro. I'm gonna send the link to you. I'm gonna send it to you on IG, man. Salute to everybody in the building. We got 87 in the house. We about to get Andy in here, man. Let me see. 1 second, bro. 1 second. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, Rare Andy sighting. Shout out to Demokes, man. We're about to get Andy in here. He's probably gonna disagree. Everybody's disagreeing with me in this situation. I don't care. But you know, that's why we talk it out, man. That's what makes the show good. Much love to you guys. I know a lot of you guys disagree with how I feel about it, but at this point, I'm pretty damn I'm pretty damn sick of being in the same positions year after year, or kind of going in a hamster wheel and kind of just spinning our wheels and doing the same nonsense over and over. Let me see. Where's Andy at, man? Let me see. Let me look up Andy. My bad, guys, man. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. We got 89 in the building. Let me see. There we go. Let me see. 1 second, y'all. All right, Andy is sent, man. Let's see. We're going to keep this thing rolling. Let's talk about some more stuff, man. Spot Track NFL trade. The Ravens acquire Maxx Crosby in 2026. $30.7 million is guaranteed for the Ravens. 2027, they'll be taking on $29.7 million. In 2028, $27.2 million. In 2029, $28.2 million. That is a bargain for a guy like Maxx Crosby in this market. And the Raiders acquire the 14th overall pick and the 2027 first-round pick. Maxx Crosby's 2027 salary becomes fully guaranteed on March 13th, and the Raiders only take a $5.1 million dead cap hit and now holds a league-leading $119 million of cap space, according to Spot Track. So, hey, on the bright side, we got a lot of cap space to do some damage in the offseason with these free agency coming up. So we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. But there's guys like Charles Woodson who's not very happy about it. I'm looking at PFF right now. 91 Maxx Crosby since 2021. A 91.4 run defense grade, which is first in the league since 2021. A 91.3 pass rush grade, which is seventh in the league since 2021. 379 pressures, second in the league since 21. 81 tackles for loss, which is first in the league since 2021. In a 5-year period, Maxx Crosby had a dominant 5-year run, and he's gone now. And we have absolutely nothing at the D-line that's going to be any kind of productive or any kind of competitive. And even if we do draft somebody, we would have to hope that this guy will do the same thing as Maxx Crosby did, at least half of what we're hoping that he can do, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we got my guy Andy in this building, man. Salute to you, bro. What's going on, bro?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, my bad. I got the camera off. I got the little man with me. But hey, bro, I look, about an hour ago, I was feeling the same way as you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like just straight shocked. You know, I thought that Maxx Crosby was one of those that's just Raider for life, you know? Like I thought that he was, he was never gonna be moved on, especially, hearing our GM and our new head coach, say that Maxx Crosby is somebody that they want in the building. That's the disappointing part. It's like, GM get straight up asked, like, hey, do you expect Max to be here? Yep, we expect him to be here when the season starts.
Yeah.
What blows my mind is like, Kubiak, right? And I'm gonna kind of go on a tangent, my bad. So it's like,
go ahead, bro.
so Kubiak takes a job, new head coach, first time getting this responsibility, and immediately trades away the franchise best player. And I understand it's not Kubiak, he's not the GM,
Right.
but bro, you can't tell me that Kubiak didn't say yes, right? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I know that Spytek has final say, but Kubiak was involved in this, right? And
Yeah, absolutely.
the other thing too is like that's like me getting hired at a new job and firing all the best employees. That shit doesn't make no sense. You know? But I feel like, look at it this way. Maxx Crosby's coming off of 3 surgeries, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's coming off of a year where he didn't produce at the highest level because of those injuries that he was dealing with.
Yep.
He's gonna be 30, and unfortunately, because it was a team in the AFC, but we got 2 first-round picks for a guy that's, you would say now on the second half of his career, right?
True.
Now, he is the best Raider player we had on this roster. He was one of the last Oakland Raiders, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's a dying breed. We only got what, 2 left now? 3 left?
3,
with Colton?
Yep,
so it's really unfortunate, but I would say that, you offloaded a contract that didn't need to be offloaded because it was a team-friendly deal for the production that for the production that he was going to give us once he was healthy again.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts, but I can't say that I completely disagree off the fact that, he got hurt. It's a big time injury that he has to deal with. And it wasn't just his it wasn't just his lower body, he had upper body injuries as well that he had to
True.
get, surgery on, right? So I would say that there's that to look at. um at the end of the day, none of this is worth it if you are the Raiders of the past, and
That's my fear with the whole thing, bro.
because we don't have but one first round pick on this roster from first round picks that we've drafted, and that's Tyree Wilson, and he's on his way out.
Right.
So we don't do well historically drafting. At
Yeah.
least not in the last 10 years, at least not in my lifetime, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when we do draft well, it's just so sad because we can't retain them, Jacobs. I mean, we could agree that maybe his time he might have been priced out of Vegas, but realistically, was he? He was asking for 11, 12 million. And then
Turns out to be kind of a bargain at this point, though.
right. So then, Jacobs got priced out, and then we all know what happened with Mac and Coop, and it
Yeah.
just it's just unfortunate at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I would say that unfortunately, we're back at the same spot where we got to be optimistic and say, well, this could work in the future. But what really irritates me,
Hmm.
and from the very beginning, I was 1000% against the hiring of Rob Leonard. I
Hmm.
disagreed with that 100%.
Hmm.
Not because I don't want to run a 3-4, not because I think a 4-3 is better, not because I think Patrick Graham was better. None of
Yeah.
that. It had nothing to do with that. And it
Hmm.
has everything to do with you hire a first time head coach. He's going to be an offensive guy. His focus is going to be installing the scheme, calling the plays.
Yeah.
That's where his focus is going to be on.
I got a question for you, bro. And I'm thinking big, large scale at this point, bro. Do you think that um a guy like Rob Leonard could turn out to be a scapegoat if things don't go well? Because
Um,
the cupboard is empty with the defense now, right? And, I
yeah.
mean, and who
I mean,
who knows what's going to happen with the cap space and what we're going to do with that and who we're bringing in and all that stuff. But
yeah.
I mean, that's what it's kind of going that way. I've seen this happen before. What you
Well,
think, bro?
Well, it could line up that way, right? Because you get the hottest head coaching candidate in the cycle, which we
Yeah.
failed to do last off season.
Hmm.
So we get the hottest name on the market, and then we hire a no name at DC, right? So
Yeah.
essentially, yeah, if you underperform, you could kind of wash it and say, well, Rob Leonard had no play calling experience, had no defense installing experience.
Yeah.
What is his own system? What is Rob Leonard? What is his defense, right?
Yeah.
Those are all unknowns. We know nothing about what he wants to do. Yeah, we know he spent time with Miami, and we know he spent time with Baltimore. But what does that mean when he spent the last 3.5 years here? And and
True.
and and what I have to say with Rob Leonard is people like to say, "Oh, he's a phenomenal D line coach." No, he's not. Max
Mm.
Crosby, Max Crosby is a phenomenal player that would have done amazing things and will do amazing things regardless the roster he's on.
Yeah.
Outside of that, Tyree Wilson, who has every single measurable in size, whatever you want in a prospect, who is Tyree Wilson? A fucking nobody. He's gonna be a
Mm.
free agent, right? You
Yeah.
got Adam Butler, but Adam Butler was already a decent pass rusher before he got to the Raiders. But
Yeah.
now when he got to the Raiders, our depth chart is so trash that he's allowed to be in a position where he could play a lot more snaps, which means he's going to produce a little bit more. But it means he's not a good defensive line coach. We've been bad against the run. Whenever Max Crosby isn't getting to the quarterback, we're back there. Are you going to try and give all of Kuntz's 8 sacks to Rob Leonard? No. I would say that's more of an Antonio Pierce effect than a Rob Leonard effect.
Mm.
My thing is, if Malcolm Kuntz was so good, how come you couldn't unlock that before Antonio Pierce was a head coach? That doesn't make sense to me. A good defensive line coach runs stunts and dials up pressures without his guys having to be great and having to beat one-on-ones. Rob Leonard is not a good D-line coach. Rob Leonard got hired to keep Max in Rob Leonard got hired to keep Max in town, and he still left. And now we're left with an unexperienced young cat that has never called plays and started defense, has no identity, and that's who our defense is setting up to be. You look at our defense, everybody can go. Besides what? Jeremy Chin. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
I've been more against the Rob Leonard hire than anything. I don't think that it's smart to bring to hire someone because you want to keep somebody happy. At the end of the day, I love Max. I have a Max jersey, but if he left, you have to think about it.
Yeah.
Now that Max is gone, Rob Leonard is in a position where he's without the best player on the team that he has been coaching for 3 years.
Yeah. Yep.
So you're putting Rob Leonard on a horrible roster defensively. He doesn't have any experience. You're setting him up for failure. You're setting him up for failure at this point.
Mhm.
So
I can see that. I can see that. And you know what, man? This is what I see, right? We're not gonna. It's gonna take a long time if we can get lucky again to find a pass rusher to Maxx Crosby's level, right? We got rid of Mac. I feel like we got lucky and got Maxx Crosby, right? But it's hard to find a good pass rusher, an elite pass rusher at that, right? And not even just a pass rusher. Maxx Crosby was first in the league in TFLs.
yeah,
Like the dude was
Max,
a run stopper, you know?
to put it short, there's no team in the league that wouldn't have wanted Max. Max is the best or maybe second best as defender, only second to Miles Garrett, if that.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that TJ Watt's not a better pass rusher. I'm not saying that Micah Parsons isn't a special athlete. What I'm saying is, on fourth down, when teams run trick plays, Maxx Crosby diagnoses it. When you need a sack, he gets there. When you need a run stop, he does it. He's a complete player. But I do think that 2 first-round picks, though, is a good compensation package. And I think, honestly, 14, if there's no star receiver at 14, you trade back. And personally, I've always been a fan of TJ Parker from Clemson. I think that I think his skill set is the most pro ready. I think he could set the edge very well.
Mhm.
I think he could pass rush really well. In 2024, he had 11 sacks, 6 forced fumbles. He had 5 sacks this last year.
Yeah.
With Clemson, they play a lot of good teams. And athletically, 260, 270 running a 4.6 is, that's no joke, right? Do I think he's Maxx Crosby? No, I don't think there's a Maxx Crosby in this class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I personally feel like at 14, the best scenario would be to trade back to the 20s if somebody wants to trade up. Um, I know this isn't a draft show, this is a Maxx Crosby show, but
Oh shoot. Hey, that's perfect, bro. Because I'm actually, if you want to do this with me, and shout out to everybody in the building. We got 112 in the building. The chat is on fire. A lot of people disagreeing with what you got to say. I'm kind of leaning to your side too. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but when you get rid of somebody at the level of Maxx Crosby, it's hard to replace that. And we've been saying this. We need some help on the other side, and then we keep talking about let's run it back with Khalil Mack. You guys are going to be saying the same thing in 5 years when we can't get any kind of production at the on the defensive line. Oh, let's kick the tires on Maxx Crosby again. Like that's the part that's like I can see that happening, bro. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna bring up the mock draft thing, bro. And if you want, man, if you want to stick around, we can do a mock.
Yeah. Yeah, let's run a couple of them if you want.
Yeah, man. Let me see. Let me see. I'm about to pull it up in a second, bro. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. A lot of a lot of people disagree. And shout out to Black Sales. Yeah, Edge is not an edge. He said Edge is not an edge. You sound crazy. I mean, in a 3-4 outside linebacker also plays the edge. Defensive ends is more of a 5 technique in a 3-4 situation. But I think if Maxx Crosby was to stay here, he would be more of that outside linebacker in a situation / defensive end. He could probably do a little bit of both, to be honest with you. But I digress on that one, man. What you think about that, bro? Can you hear me?
My bad. I was getting some milk for the little man.
Yeah.
What'd you say? What do I think about what?
About Maxx Crosby, if he was to stay here and was in a 3-4 defense, he could play that outside linebacker role and also be that 5 tech defensive end, or even kind of going a 4-eye. I feel like he could have done both of those.
He could have. I actually disliked the scheme fit for Max, to be honest. I just feel like guys like Max, man, you put them down, you put their hand in the dirt, and you let them attack. To me, there's no, let them drop into coverage and do. Nah, man, none of that.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, once a Raider, always a Raider with Max, man. He's a phenomenal player, and he's gonna have a better chance with Baltimore to get where he wants to be than with us. I mean, honestly, Max probably overstayed 2 years, bro. When Jacobs left, when
Real
Jacobs left and all that, it had to have hurt, man. Max is such a loyal dude. He stayed for the last 4 years when we're getting a new coach every year. Shout out to him, man. But it is what it is. We move on.
Yeah. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna be pissed off today. I'm gonna wake up and be all right about it. But right now I'm not happy about it. And but on the bright side, we got the 14th overall pick right here. Let's start the draft, bro. We got the number 1 pick. You already know we're going Fernando Mendoza right here. I mean, there's no debate on that one at all, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, so yeah, we got number 1, Fernando Mendoza on the board. So now, surprise, we're at pick number 14. Mekhi Lemon's right there. The big guard right there. If you want to go offense, if you feel like you want to bolster the defense, big Caleb Banks is right there. I really like Caleb Banks. What you think about Caleb Banks, bro?
Well, I don't know. The way that I look at it is, outside of Calais Campbell, I don't think that 6'6" and above frame really works for defensive tackles.
Okay.
Calais Campbell is kind of in a world of his own. Like he's someone that's really tall, really strong, and can play with good pad level. I just feel like these guys coming out now, it seems like they're not being taught technique, and they're just kind of being allowed to be thrown out there with just their raw athleticism and strength.
I see that. I see what you're talking about.
And I'm not saying that Caleb Banks is that. I think that if he goes to one of these all-time defensive organizations like Baltimore, Steelers, Chicago, I think that those organizations get the best out of these guys. I like Banks. I wouldn't be upset at Banks. I would just really want to be very focused on his process and his training, and at the end of the day, he's a really good player, so
yeah. Well, in this situation, would you trade back, or would you grab a guy like Mekhi Lemon? Would you grab the big guard out of Penn State? I mean, what you looking at right here?
I would either go Mekhi or I would trade back. I'm I'm a big fan of what this free agency class has to offer at wide receiver. I like Romeo Dubs from Green Bay. I
Yeah.
like the idea of having Mike Evans catch back shoulder fades from Fernando Mendoza.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
so I like what the free agency class has to offer, but I mean you cannot be upset at a Makai Lemon. But personally, I would trade back.
Okay. All right. Well, shoot. The only trade offer we got right now is from the Bills, number 26 for the 14. I mean,
And what else do we get?
let me see. I mean, I can make a trade. I can do a trade. You want to move back for like the Jets to the 16th pick. You
Nah,
know
I
what I
would go
mean?
to I would go in the 20s. I wouldn't be mad at that.
All right. So for the 14, um, all they have is a 91 overall in the
Yeah.
2026 draft. I feel like going back 12 spots and only getting a 91.
Well,
would be-
how about let's kind of run one with no trades and then let's do
Yeah,
one with trades.
yeah. Let's run one without the trades, man. All
So
right, so
I would go Makai.
you go Makai Lemon. Me
Yeah, even
personally, I will go to big guard out of Penn State or Caleb Banks, but we'll roll with you with this one. Makai Lemon right here, 14 overall. We'll do that.
all right.
So yeah, a lot of people in the chat, man. Feel like it's you ever watch Price is Right? Oh, I only did one round. All right, so we'll start all over. I thought I picked
Now
seven on this
what
one.
they say? What they say?
We got an A in both of them. So first round mock is that's what it will look like in this situation. We're gonna run it again. We're gonna do all 7 rounds. I don't know why they only had me do 1 round, but Makai Lemon and Fernando Mendoza would be interesting. I'll say that, man. That'd be pretty fun to watch.
Yeah,
Not gonna
that'd be
lie.
crazy. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. So all right. So now we got all 7 rounds in this one. My bad. Let me see. Slow that down a little bit. So let's start it. Of course, Fernando Mendoza number 1, and then now we'll move to number 14. Yeah, people. Hey, they bickering in the chat, bro. It's pretty crazy. So in this situation, yeah, they going at it, bro. So we got 7 trade offers in this situation now. Let me see. Hold on real quick. Computer, the battery's dying.
Oh man, the trade offers are there, but you know you got the best receiver in the draft right there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, why is my
But
charger? Oh, there we go. We're back in business. All right. So, all right. So we got 7 trade offers, bro. The Jets, the 16.
should we do this one no trades, all 7 no trades, and then do
Yeah, we
one
do all
with trade?
7 no trades. Yeah, we'll do
All
all
right.
7 no trades. So we got Carnell Tate available this time. Freeling from Georgia. Makai Lemon's still there. The big guard, Caleb Banks. It's the same guys except Carnell Tate. Tate is available in this situation.
I mean, I'm sure my guy TJ Parker's there too, but everybody, you know, will see all the other players and be like, "Oh my God, you just drafted TJ Parker, and PFF is going to give him an F grade."
Yeah, TJ
But
Parker. I mean, I agree with you. You trade back, you get an edge like TJ Parker. That'd be a good start to kind of fill in what we're missing at the edge. I like it. I like it in a trade back situation.
I guess here you would go guard. You would go with a big boy up front and put. What do you think? Essentially, what do you think Kubiak's going to do with JPJ?
With JPJ, I think that since they were looking at what's the guy's name, Linderbaum, they might want to be keeping him at guard, bro.
Okay.
Because if they're running a wide zone, it's the same issue that we had the year before. They want somebody more athletic. You know what I mean?
So we're gonna need a guard. I don't really care much for Caleb Rogers.
Yeah.
Well, I like the third. I like the second round. So you go ahead and round out the first one.
Okay. All right. I'll go. I'm going with Caleb Banks, man. I'm going Caleb Banks right here.
We get a freak athlete at D tackle.
Yeah, I'm like, my thought process is like fill the needs at defense now. That's kind of where I'm at right now. According to the news. So now We got 36 pick overall. So now we got guys like we got that big tackle out of Arizona State. We got Manuel Pregnon at guard. I like him. Kristen Miller. We already got our D tackle. So
What about is Anthony
Young.
Hill? Is Anthony Hill there, linebacker?
Yeah, let me see. I'm sure he is. Let me see. Anthony Hill. Yeah, he didn't get drafted. He's here.
I'm big on Anthony Hill. I really like Anthony Hill a lot.
Let me see. I'm pulling linebackers. Linebacker. Jacob Rodriguez is there. Anthony Hill. You could probably get him in the third, bro.
Jake Golday's there. Jake Golday from Cincinnati, y'all.
I like him too.
If you guys do not know Jake Golday from Cincinnati, that man right there would be an absolute perfect scheme fit to play outside linebacker in a 3-4.
Hey, I'm with you.
But let's see. So who's all there? So we got
Rodriguez is the best linebacker on the board. A lot of trenches that are available right now. You got Brandon Siss out of South Carolina. I know they had a meeting with him. D'Angelo Pond seems to be kind of rising on the board a little bit. Zion Young out of Missouri. That's another one you can look at.
Yeah, I'm not big on D line from Georgia. Kristen Miller.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else is there? What else is there? You go. Damn, it is all trenches right there. I actually think that Zion Young is not good.
Yeah.
Go down a little bit.
Brandon Siss, D'Angelo Pons, Chris Bell, Jacob Rodriguez. That's a good one. If you want to get like a solid middle linebacker, true middle linebacker, run stuffer.
Damn, who all went, man? Jermaine, Gabe Jacobs. Damn, that's a tough one. We just went guard, right?
We went nose.
Oh, we went with Caleb Banks, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I will go Pregnon here, bro.
Yeah, same. If yeah, we went Caleb Banks. Yeah, let's go guard. Let's get our boy JPJ's teammate. I'm sure they play together.
All right, let me see. Got Pregnon right here. Let me see. So now we're about to jump into that third round. What you looking at in the third round, man? I mean, considering
linebacker.
Linebacker. I was thinking the same thing.
Linebacker, corner, receiver. All of the above.
Yep. So Jake Golday is right there, bro.
Take him.
Yeah. So we go linebacker at Cincinnati, Jake Golday. I like that pick. I like it a lot.
I honestly don't think he's going to be there in the third.
Yeah. I don't know how
PFF has a third round grade on Anthony Hill.
Yeah. I mean, we see it year after year. PFF has it wrong a lot of times as far as projections go. So now we got Markel Bell right there. We haven't picked up a tackle yet. If you want to double up a linebacker, Keyshawn Elliott is right there. Will Lee the third. I like him out of Texas A&M.
Was this round 4?
Yeah, we're in fourth round right now.
Damn, man.
This 102 is basically a top 100 pick, man. I mean, you can find some
board,
good value.
This board did not fall very well. Go corner. Is Chandler Rivers there? Is Hezekiah Masses there?
Let me see. Corner.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, Hezekiah Mass is there from Cal.
So remember, we got the 117 and 134, so we don't have to necessarily reach.
And safety is what is his name? Kamari Ramsey from USC. Is he there? It's probably third, second round pick.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
we need more. What about edge? Is Derek Moore?
Edge.
Derek Moore.
I like
God damn.
I like Mikael Kamara. I like him a lot, man.
Yeah, he's good. I really don't like Tyreek Sapp.
Yeah. One of these picks, one of these fourth round picks. Hopefully,
Um,
Kamara's still on the board at 117. I pick him up at 117. To be
my
honest,
guy, my guy X is a big fan of Nadame Tucker, the edge rusher there.
oh, the Dame
What?
Tucker out of Western Michigan.
Yeah,
You can pick him 134 probably.
what's there at what is that linebacker? Did we get? Oh no, we got Jake Golday. What receivers? What receivers are there?
Let's see. Ted Hurst. Let me see any more receivers. Let's look at receivers. Receivers: C.J. Daniels, Cyrus Allen, Reggie Virgil, Brennan Thompson, speedster out of Mississippi State.
I like Jacoby. I like the frame. I
Jacoby
just feel,
Lane.
I just feel like the frame. We need a contested catch guy for Mendoza. Man, this board did not fall in my favor.
No, yeah, it's rough,
All right,
bro. It's
let's
rough.
go. Let's go back to the overall.
I would go Markel Bell here, man.
You
To
would
be
go
honest with you,
tackle.
yeah.
I mean, I'm just
BPA, this one, I don't know unless you go Will Lee the third. That's what that'll be my second pick.
corner takes. I have my set of corners that I really like every year, but I just don't. He just didn't make it for me.
Hmm.
I know that Ted Hurst, everybody's kind of high on him after the combine.
Yeah, unless you. I mean, I feel like we can wait for
I,
Mikael Kamara, edge of
but
Indiana.
what pick are we at right now?
102. We're in the fourth round.
Nah, just get him now.
Who? Kamara.
Yeah,
All right, so we going Kamara right here. I like it, man. He has a motor, bro. He showed out in the national title game.
we got to be careful with these Hoosier guys though. They're about 30 years
Yeah,
old coming out the
yeah.
draft.
Facts. Now now we're here looking. We're looking at Will Lee. He's best player available corner. That's a need. I
Okay,
mean, what
what's
you
his
think?
pause? But what are his
Let's see.
height
First,
and weight?
6'1", 189.
Not
Kind of
bad.
a lanky kind of deal. Like
Yeah, not bad. Who did he have his best game in college against?
let's see stats. His best game according to PFS was against Missouri and Miami. So
Mm, okay.
nine forced incompletions, 13 coverage stops, only missed 9 tackles, coverage grade 68.5, man
No
coverage
picks.
grade. Yeah, but man coverage grade 76.6. No picks last year. 2
Look,
years before.
look up the corner from Cal, Hezekiah
Oh yeah,
Masses.
yeah. I know who you're talking about.
5 picks.
Did they pick him already? Oh, he's back here.
Nah, he's
Hezekiah
low.
Masses.
Yeah,
5
yeah,
interceptions.
yeah. Zone coverage grade. You see that? That's 90 right there.
It is. We can pick. Honestly, we can wait till 134 to get him.
Yeah.
34.
Trying to think. Okay, wait. Let's see. What did we already draft?
Let's see. Full picks. Fernando Mendoza, Caleb Banks, Pregnon, Galday, and then Edge Mikael Kamara.
Oh yeah, you could tell the big boys drafted this right here. We got
Yeah.
Francis right here. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
man. You already know.
Um.
109 in the building, man. Much love to you guys. Let
Hey,
me see.
I'll go with your scouting. We'll go Will Lee.
All right.
You wanted him at the other pick.
You
Let's
know
do
what?
it.
But I like the mass. I like Masses out of Berkeley, bro. I like
Okay.
Masses.
Well,
We can get him
what's a
at
little
130.
lower? What's a, is the Wake Forest running back still on the board?
I wouldn't think so. Let me see.
Dude had a great combine. No,
Oh
oh
yeah,
he
Devon
is.
Claiborne.
Damn.
We
Hmm.
can wait. We can wait.
All right. What's a little bit lower? Go Reggie Virgil. Malik Muhammad's also a decent.
Jacoby Lane's right there. Like,
I
yeah.
mean, I mean,
I'll go Will Lee right here. I mean,
all right, yeah, let's run it with Will Lee then.
yeah, Will Lee for time constraint purposes.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Everybody, if there's
You like pick
anybody on the
some,
East,
Devin?
If there's anyone on the East Coast, we're sorry.
Yeah, man. Hey, much love to everybody. Jager Burton's right there. If you want to get like a center, Emmett Johnson.
Nah, we tendered Putnam. Let's go
Yeah,
down a bit.
Torian York. I like Torian York. I'm not gonna lie.
Check out linebacker Pittsburgh.
Linebacker out of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Let's see, linebacker.
Crazy combine.
He's
kind of like that tweener though. He's gone. Damn.
he's way off the board.
Harold Perkins is still there. Harold Perkins is kind of like all traits, no production outside of freshman year.
Yeah.
Let's go down a bit. Hezekiah, whatever the fuck his name is.
I hope he didn't get picked, did he?
Shit, he might have.
Dang.
He might have, yeah.
Wait. I thought we would be able to wait. Nope. Shoot. I mean, need a second running back if you feel like we're not going to get one in free agency. I mean, Emmett Johnson's there.
Wait, am I crazy, or is the Ravens Keaton Mitchell, is he not a free agent?
Keaton Mitchell?
Yeah, their running back.
One of their running backs is, I think it might be him, bro.
Because he's like their running back / returner. If he's available, I would pick him up.
Yeah. I'm hoping they get Algier in the building, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, I'm not the biggest fan. So let's see. Let's see, what do we got here? Damn, man, this board is shitty. Let's go back. Oh, we just got corner. We don't have a receiver. What's receiver? So we missed out on Jacoby Lane. Fuck.
You want to go? Dang, I don't even.
Yeah, I'd probably go Claiborne, to be honest. Wake Forest.
Claiborne. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Le'Veon Moss.
I mean, we can wait to get Claiborne.
All right. Well, then let's.
I mean, not really. It'd be a reach if we get him at 134.
Well, I don't really see anything that I like above him.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. The only one I'll really go with is
unless you want a backup quarterback in Cade Klubnik.
No, definitely not, bro. I'm good off of that.
Yeah, so let's not overthink it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, my boy fucking Massis got picked up.
You're going Damon Claiborne. Screw it, man.
All right.
We'll probably get an F on that one, but
yeah, whatever. PFF.
It's the Andy special right there. All right, so we got 174 coming up. You go BPA here. Are you still trying to fill needs at this point? I mean, it's 5th round.
Man, if you're trying to fill needs in the 5th, we're gonna be picking first overall again.
Yeah, Aiden Fisher's right there, bro.
Oh, he's right there.
Oh, Massis, you want to double up at corner?
Hell yeah. Have you seen our corner room?
Yeah. Massis right there for sure. Easy pick. And now we got 181. Hopefully Aiden Fisher's still there, but he probably won't. Trey Moore. Kalen Black out of Indiana's right there. We already got a
I would go. Look, I would either go the 11 sack man, Caden Curry, or I would go Harold Perkins. If you want production, get Curry. If you want traits and potential, get Perkins.
Let's go Caden Curry right here.
That dude had like 10 or 11 sacks this year.
Yeah, we go Caden Curry out of Ohio State. And then now we're at 184. Do we get you were talking about linebacker, you go Trey Moore here, or Harold Perkins right there. We can go Harold Perkins.
Oh yeah, let's double up then.
All right, Harold Perkins.
Nice.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be like, yeah, this is. I wonder what we're gonna get for this one, man. You go fullback right here, 7th round. I mean,
nah, I'll throw Alec Ingold a $2 contract.
Yeah, for real. Let me see. Yeah, fullback's best available. That's crazy. I said that, man.
At a Navy, let's run it. Come on, it's meant to be Navy running back.
You already know. Hey, he's versatile too. He can catch the ball in the backfield too.
There you go. Only with the military schools you'll have a quarterback averaging like 200 rushing yards a game.
Yeah, for real. Running that wing T, triple option.
Fuck.
Let me see. Let's see what we get, man. Yeah, that was I like the draft. I mean, I like the mock we did, man. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie to you.
I don't know if the little man liked it. He knocked out during the draft.
We got an A minus.
Not
We got
bad,
an
not
A
bad.
minus. Desmond Demond Claiborne is D minus on that one, but we reached a little bit. But we really liked him, so that's cool. And
Yeah.
then Mikael Kamara got a C minus on that one. But
Hey
hey, those
man, if
first,
we
second, and
left,
third rounds, we hit that. We knocked that one out the park.
look, all I know is that if we left the draft in April with Mendoza, Banks, Golday, Kamara, Claiborne, and Massis, I'd be a happy camper.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So,
Yeah, man. Hey,
well,
well, that's
it's been real.
the mock draft, man. I ain't got nothing else, bro. I mean,
Me neither.
what you got some final words for everybody, man. Shout out to the 115 in the building. You know, I kind of came in hot as far as the Maxx Crosby deal.
Yeah.
But I cooled off a little bit. I'm still a little bit pissed off about it, man. But you got some final words, bro?
Final words. I'll just say free agency is Monday. The only person I want to see the Raiders sign in free agency is probably everybody. So
Yeah.
send everybody a contract, and let's see if we can win more than 3 games.
Yeah, man. We're gonna really need to be aggressive in this in free agency, man. We got 120, 130, whatever the number is, $1 million.
Well, okay, I guess we could sign off outside of. Okay, well, who do you think is one, or who's one player you would sign for the Raiders?
I would really hit like the outside linebackers, somebody that can rush the passer, also
Yeah.
cover. That's what I would go.
Okay.
I would go. Shoot, let me pull it up.
You would get like Odafe Owe or Rashawn
Yeah.
Gary.
I would go one of those two.
Okay.
See what's up with Tremaine Edmonds. I know a lot of people don't like Tremaine Edmonds. Quay Walker's there. You know?
I think the inside linebackers are really important. I
Yeah.
would really like a young, but like I would like 2-year deals for Quay and N'Kobe Dean.
Yeah.
Young athletic kids that could fly. You know, I would love that.
Mhm.
I really want corners, man. I really want some corners.
Yeah.
But if I could sign one person in free agency, it'd probably just be Braden Smith off the rip. Get Mendoza some protection. He's a good proven run blocker there with his last, with his entire career with Indianapolis. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. And then Tyler Linderbaum would be somebody that I like priority one at the center
Yeah.
position. That's what I would go. So
All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna be listening for every notification on Monday.
oh yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, that's the show, y'all. Hey, salute to everybody that's in here. We got Andy in the building. That was a rare occasion, so I didn't really get to acknowledge a lot of the chat, man. But much love to everybody that did come in here, kept the conversation going, and kept it healthy as possible in the chat. But hey, much love to you, Andy, man. Thanks for popping in, man, and much love to everybody that was listening, man. And we'll catch you on the next one, man. We'll be doing a free agent show soon, so catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Big Mike Raider, turn it up. Let's go. Raider Nation. Let's go. Should've passed strap, tape on my hands, silver and black. That's the battle plan from the desert sun to the primetime glow. We don't break. We been that goal line slow. Right. Big Mike talking that's pretty got me fire. Every play cut up like right like wild. Rubber huddle to the crowd so loud we can storm rolling over your proud home crowd. It's Big Mike Raider, turn that sound all the way up. Make sure to like the thumb, hit the sub, show love. Share with your folks when we running these posts. Raider Nation. in black. Fourth and short and we live in that smoke. Goal line dig deep when the playbook choke. D-line eat when the pocket collapse. We don't talk too much, we just leave our stats. From the tailgate flames to the final horn. Every rookie get raised like a Raider born. Pick that clip, let the replay run. Whole world watch when the job get done. It's Big Mike Raider, turn that sound all the way up. Make sure to like the thumb, hit the sub, show love. Share with your folks when we running these posts. Raider Nation in the building, we the roadies. Paper and black in the trenches, we fighting for titles. Every yard, every hit, every snap is survival. Big Mike Raider, yeah, we back on attack. Raider Nation stand up for the